You were saying about Swagger Stagger? Well, hello guys! Oh man, it has been literally not that long. It's literally just been a couple days. But it feels like it's been longer. I don't know why. But hey guys! Hello, I see we have most of our usuals. Hello Gatito, hello Mathia, hello Froki, hello Lib. Apparently, I don't know if Addie is here, but hello. Hey there you are, Atlas. Welcome, welcome. Oh boy. Hope everybody's had a good couple of days. I haven't really had a ton happening. It hasn't been that long. It's just been, yesterday I had work. Next week, actually, my work is gonna start a little bit earlier than it normally does, so I'm gonna have a little less time in the mornings to get stuff done, but, like, still, it's gonna be shorter shifts than I normally had back at the old retail place, and it's cats, so I can actually cope with it. Why is chat on screen not a thing? That is a good question. Hang on a moment. What is happening? If I hit refresh, or properties. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's refreshing. There we go. And immediately you guys are talking about limb soup. I can't believe you guys brought that back from the old Rimworld stream. I can't believe you guys all remember that. Hopefully it'll keep updating. And it won't just freeze up. I don't think it's continuing, is it? Why is it not? Huh. Page permissions. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Refresh cache of current page, I suppose. Oh. Okay, hopefully, will it work if I switch to here? I don't know. I should you never forget the chaos. That is true, that's true. You guys never forget the chaos. I do hope, if this doesn't work, I believe that Stream Elements is finally integrating YouTube chat a little better, but I'm trying to do it so that, I'm trying to set it up so that, like, BTTV modes work. But, I don't know. If I hit interact. Oh. It might just be a little weird sometimes. I don't know. You also just finished the stream. Perfect timing. Just finished the Wildwood episode. Nice. Okay. I might need this visible or something. I don't know. It's being ridiculous. If I hit filters. No, I might need to actually, like, do a little bit of troubleshooting. It's gonna take me a little bit, I don't know. Okay, on here it's updating at a normal pace, I think. So why is it not updating at a normal pace? Huh. I'm a little confused about what is happening. Oh dear. Gonna hit refresh again, just to be sure. I don't know why it's not refreshing on its own. I might just turn off chat that, like, on the screen, maybe, if it's not going to be refreshing on its own. I'll try and troubleshoot, when we're not streaming. But I can still read you guys. I can still read chat on OBS, at least. It's just not showing up on the screen. And you guys are trying to do Burrito Cat? Aw. Speaking of kitties, Simba is now behind my laptop. His tail is on my laptop. He does this little thing where he curls his tail around the screen and it just kind of like rests. And he pulled it away. Kitten. Are you upset I'm talking about your tail, Simba? You upset I'm talking about your tail, little floof? Oh, hi. Okay, well. I'm going to go ahead and pull open the game. And for that, I'm gonna have to turn down my music because the game, I'm going to be loading up the game. I'm actually gonna close up the chat because it's not updating on its own. It's having some issues. Don't know why, it just is. So we're just gonna have a very minimalistic stream overlay, I suppose. It'll be fine. The game is loading. Yes? No? Maybe? Please tell me things are working. I don't want my stream to not work. Ah, here we go. Slay the princess. Will it pop up on here? Yes, here we are. Again, content warnings, same as before. Let's see, whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. Alright. And I suppose we're just gonna continue where we left off, correct? So, last time, we keep finding ourselves back at the same place over and over.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, I know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Will it? I still don't know. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Are we?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Right, okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Right. And maybe I still want more information though. I still want, you know what, I've like every time like it doesn't work. What if I just don't? What if I just don't?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yeah, I totally know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah, I don't have enough information to know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm doing. Still don't know what I'm doing.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Really?
That's strange. It looks like this path Also
Oh, yeah.
lost the
This
cabin.
happens again.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Yep, no, we're leaving again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Well, I don't, like, you're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Maybe, like, it's what, I don't know. I am not going to do this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
I'm still leaving.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say,
Really?
it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I'm just gonna start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm just going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this
There's
place.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
That wasn't there before.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh, great.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Hello?
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Oh boy.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm confused too.
You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Really? Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hold on, what's that in the back
in the
there?
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh boy. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh boy. Okay.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
The contrarian. Okay.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Right, okay.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Maybe, yeah.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Pathetic little voices like you, Mr. Narrator. Alright, yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
A warning. before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah, she does that all the time, doesn't she?
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
I mean, I get that from the fact that he's called a contrarian, but I also don't trust you either.
Let's keep an open mind.
Yeah, you are the only reasonable one.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The only furniture of
I
note
don't
is a
get it.
plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Right.
He wants us to take it. Maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I'm wondering about the mirror. We missed the mirror last time.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
Also, I really want to change volume levels. Is there a way to turning down the music? Voice is as loud as it can get. Because I noticed that there's some problems with like the audio levels, I think. The music kind of drowns it out sometimes. Might turn it up on your guys' end too. So, your second least favorite, the contrarian. I probably what mushroom? Did I eat a mushroom? What? Is that a hole or something? It might be. I don't know.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
This doesn't look simple and straightforward at all here.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
Yeah, that.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Why don't you do it?
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh yeah, Froki, you're right. None of these are on the same layer. Like, there's a few that are kind of on the same layer and others aren't. It's like so weird. This is cool, actually.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Oh, I actually think I know what happens. I remember that. Or do I?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Right.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing...
Yeah, that's a good point!
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
I mean, technically this isn't the first time we've seen something weird. This is just weirder than the last time we saw something weird, and you weren't here, the paranoid was.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine.
Yep.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I'm gonna go near the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Is it?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward, rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how
this again.
ridiculous you look right now. But There was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah, I do want to see what's in that mirror. Alright. You know what? I'll feel unsafe if I don't take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Why is our hand switching to? I don't know. It's definitely not my hand. Is it? I mean, I guess it is, but...
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our...
Right, you want us to look cool. Okay.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
How would you hold it with the thumb at the bottom? That doesn't make sense. I'm like... I'm literally, like, adjusting my hands, trying to see how... I'm just gonna keep my grip as is. It'd be very uncomfortable if I do it differently.
Great. You keep your grip the way it is. Your task awaits.
You forgot what the paranoid said when he keeps you alive? It's heart, liver, lungs, nerves, heart... No, it's heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Yeah. If I look at my icon, it's the hand. Yep. Throw the blade out the window? Do I? Could I throw the blade out the window? I mean, I'm going to keep it on me, just in case.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Right, okay. Everyone's saying to eat the blade, it's too late, I brought it with me.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Okay,
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
right, okay.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
This reminds me of Green's weird stair structure from Secret Life. It does. I mean, I don't know. It does have its charm. It's kind of like spirally stairs. I like that.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Yep. Nope, I'm with you.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
So far, I don't think there's any way to succeed.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Right, okay. Take the harsh stairs to the left, take the soft stairs to the right. Soft stairs? I'm gonna take the center.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, It's taking you somewhere.
Somewhere, for sure.
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
I don't even think I'd be able to find my way back.
And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
Yeah, I don't even know where it's going. It looks like it kind of curves in a way.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Do I? Hello? What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Right.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Hello?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Devilish? I mean, I look like a devil, but...
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Jeez.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
The window certainly isn't normal. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
Yeah,
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
Right.
If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
Hi?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Hi?
Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
We can't.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Yeah, I'd like to put her back, please.
Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until...
Until this.
Until? It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Is it?
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
I don't think we can unsee whatever that was.
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Really? Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Good point.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
There's 3 of her now. Okay.
You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
I don't know why I'm here, to be honest. There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Are you?
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do, all chained up like
There's
this,
a lot of
but
her.
I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
Okay.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I don't either.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Yeah, I don't know.
We would always start by stabbing her.
Which her?
Which her?
Exactly!
Any of them.
And what if that makes things worse?
I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
Oh, shut up.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Weird thing is I've been itching in the real world, too. Okay, hang on, these are... Wait a second. Look at that. All 3 of these are highlighted the same. I'm getting you out of here, try and free her. It's the same as, I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement and slay the princess. It's all the same. What? How do I... I'm gonna click on this one, but... Okay. I'm picking all 3, I guess. I don't know how to not.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, I know it's not right.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rush. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh boy.
All at once you charge forward, night beaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Is this the end of the world?
But this... we can't...
What is even happening?
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Right, okay. We just got weird amalgamation princess now.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Hello?
I think he's gone.
Is he gone?
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
I don't think we were.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
I'm kind of agreeing with you right now.
How surprisingly sincere.
Okay.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
You didn't?
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. Hello? What was that? But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go?
There's the mirror.
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
I don't know.
Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror?
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No, don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do this.
There's nothing else I can do. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Is that what I look like? You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. You are at the cabin. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You're the thing I met in the space outside the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me.
Am I?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
It's... Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Me?
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I don't know. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay. Oh. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, It will be the end of the world.
Okay, but, I mean... Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Who knows? I mean... Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh yeah? Can you tell me what my price is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Really? Alright, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Right.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay, let's go in.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. So what do I do? Take the blade or not? I feel like I might not be safe if I don't take the blade, but... I mean, if I don't take the blade, then she might feel safer. I don't know. I don't know. Take it? So do I trust her? Oh. I don't know. The blade moved. I don't think it was at the... Or was it? I don't know. Oh boy. I'm going to take it just in case.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Right. Let's go on. Let's go in.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Right, okay.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
I've met this one before.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Who knows?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I don't want to let go of my knife for now. I feel like it would be a bad idea.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward,
Right.
your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Right.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Then I guess we're at an impasse.
Well, I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Everyone is saying to murder, consume murder, to be like Gemini Slay.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
I don't... think we're dead again no matter what.
Are you serious? The wound in your neck is too much for you to bear, and you collapse to the floor of the basement, rapidly bleeding out. The princess stands over you with an intense curiosity as you fade away.
Oops.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right, I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Hello?
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
No, she's not.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Made for this job. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
No, we haven't. Right, fine, let's go to the cabin and see what happens.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do
everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Yeah.
Don't believe a word she says.
I've heard this a million times before.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
Sorry.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Right. Into the cabin we go, I suppose.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And a mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Are you sure about that?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Right.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Right. Don't want to go in unarmed this time for sure.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her earn for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
This is just splinter heaven.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Can we slay her?
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
That did not sound like chains, it sounded like...
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
Doesn't sound like chains.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Hi!
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
No, I'm not. If I come close here, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
Right.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I
have
doubt that.
absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna stab us.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second guessing yourself and do your job.
No, I'm not getting close to her.
Nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but
Birdface?
doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
What do you mean, Birdface?
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
I mean, you kind of are.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk.
Your entire world? What about everybody
And
else's?
maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
I mean, the cheat is the first person I really agree with this whole time. Look, I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here. No, I don't know if I'm gonna let her out. What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you slashed my throat last time.
That doesn't sound like me.
Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
I mean, dimension hopping is kind of my thing. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out?
All sorts of things, which is why I think that's a great idea. I would love to not be chained up down here. Being chained up is so boring, and I crave fresh and new activities to broaden my horizons.
Please don't let her out of here.
Believe it or not, I think I'm actually with him on this. Okay, but what if all of this is just a misunderstanding? There has to be room for this to be a misunderstanding.
I don't think it's a misunderstanding.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Activities like stabbing or murdering or cutting.
Yes, I mean, maybe. I've never done any of those things, but there is something alluring about the sound of it.
Right.
I think it would also be fun to do other activities like look at a bird or touch a tree.
You sound like a robot.
Okay, now listen. You're not actually buying this, are you? Listen. Yes, I would like to look at a bird.
You and me both.
We can look at a bird later. But if we look at a bird now, we wouldn't have to be here. He has a point.
That is true.
Just make a decision already.
What if we leave her here and go look at a bird? Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye!
It's boring if you leave.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Yes, we told you that.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
We're
At least
running.
we're safe here. She's still in chains.
We're running.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her
Yep,
arm.
we're running. We're running.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
Let's run.
She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
We can try?
And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defence. She's even better at this than she was last time. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Chapter 3, The Arms Race.
You're on a path in the woods.
Is this
No,
woods?
fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Well,
What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy.
how?
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Well,
Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
is this reality?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Yeah, but for whom? Someone or something is out there pulling the strings and we're all just puppets until we can figure out how to see them.
Paranoid. You're back.
But what if that someone is us, eh? Eh? Wouldn't that be neat? If we were the ones pulling the strings, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have died twice.
The paranoid is back.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third?
I think it's more than that, but
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
an entire world, so why should I worry about others?
That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. It's only too much responsibility if these worlds are real.
That's a good point.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Right, and then there's the mirror.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Hopefully.
What if winning is the wrong move?
It isn't. I don't care whether you trust me or not, but at least trust that defeating the person who has apparently killed you twice already is a good idea. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
That is a good point.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
What door? There's a mirror.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. We can see our reality just fine. Why should we trust his? I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
I'm gonna approach the mirror, I think.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I wouldn't know why she called me Birdface.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
Oh.
It creaks open.
Okay.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. It feels like it's hiding something from us. It's part of the big picture. I just know it. That's why it's being kept from us. Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Oh, goody.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Yeah, no.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
So how are we supposed to get back up?
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Oh, goody.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Okay.
She's toying with us. She's acting like she already knows she's won. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
I mean, that... dying still isn't fun.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Yeah, no.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal
okay.
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Right. I'm not flirting with her, but... we're finding her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk her out of this. Yeah, you're kind of the one in charge here.
She isn't one to talk, and we shouldn't be either. Exactly. She wants us dead, you know. Exactly. I think she established that at some point between stabbing us to death and directly telling us just now that she was going to kill us.
Okay.
You were the one who asked for ideas. Fine, talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
Has anyone told you how good you are at stabbing things?
Nope, but I don't need anyone to tell me that. I know I'm good at what I do. The best, I think.
The princess pauses for a moment to further ponder your ill-placed compliment.
Hey, what gives? Are you trying to get on my good side? You're not bored of me stabbing you, are you?
What, me fluffing you up? I'm just saying facts.
And they're good facts. Great facts. And for what it's worth, you're already on my good side.
Am I?
But that doesn't mean I'm going to not stab you. I'm having fun. Why would I stop?
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce. I hate this. Every choice we make is wrong. But before you can finish another thought, the princess closes the distance and dodge now fails to hit you.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
Please help me, cheated.
I don't like the way she said that.
You dodge and parry and dodge and parry in an endless repeating pattern, but you can only keep it up so long before making a mistake. The pattern breaks for just long enough. She skewers you.
Ow.
Ow.
Wow, she is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if anything, this makes me want her to like us even more.
What? Really?
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Did we die?
We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. How long have we been dead? Have we been dead the whole time? Dead.
Oh, it's happening again.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
I don't know.
This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Maybe?
As long as we keep moving, it's going to get so loud in here. How are we going to keep it all straight?
I don't know.
Flawless idea, if you ask me. Such a go-getter attitude.
Come on, show me something new.
Oh, I'm gonna try flirting with her this time. It doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires. And now the screen is just filled with bread. Awesome.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Well,
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
ah.
I
Why?
thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
You!
What's the point? It's all the same.
How do we get out of this?
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
How do we get out of this?
Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way, so stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good...
Okay.
None of this is working. Think. She skewers you.
Again.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Again? It's been happening again and again? Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different.
Somebody
and
gotta move
different
off of my
is
mouse,
good.
buddy.
And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Right, okay.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window.
Really?
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind any.
It's too many of us.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
I mean, we've already died so horribly many, many times.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about...
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that winning.
I didn't see what they said. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them? Okay.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter
Oh, brother.
with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Yeah, it feels like I'm hardly a part. Everyone else is talking.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
More knives.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too.
It's more knives, isn't it? That's my guess.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Oh yes, more knives.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. In the center of the room
Well.
is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Dude, stop being a simp.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
I am taking a screenshot of that. I am sorry. I need. That is. You're not even a smitten and.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That if you want to throw a knife out the window, be my guest.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Her heart is still there.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Stab her in the front.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
You quit?
Narrator,
Could all you just shut up?
What just happened? It's so quiet.
You two.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different, like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes at you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, and her entering a rhythm free of thought, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. Gonna get a drink of water really quick. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Oh. This again. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. Have I? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When I go back, it's as if it closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't think it's the right idea. I'm just gonna go down, see what happens without the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi, I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Yeah, well, it's not gonna work if I don't think anything's gonna work.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Ah.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
The end we've seen a million times before. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Am I?
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Hey! Let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Right.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before
Right,
raising her
this
arm to
again.
her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
I told her I was gonna save her,
Or
though.
we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
What?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I'm not the one doing that!
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Please!
What are you doing?
I can't warn her. I can't warn her!
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
I'm not the one in control!
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Chapter 2. The Witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, I died! Fiery slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Right.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Voice of the opportunists, I see. Let's just head... Yeah.
A warning before you go any further.
Mm-hmm.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done.
I don't want to kill her, though.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm just gonna approach the mirror.
You
Again.
walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Right, right. I'm not even taking the knife. I'm just gonna go in the basement.
No blade. I hope you know what you're getting us into.
I wasn't trying to kill her.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Kind of more my aesthetic, to be fair.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Skitters?
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably won't bite. Hello?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
I wasn't the one in control.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
I can try.
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yes.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
I mean, that's a good point.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
You're right, you're right. I keep getting distracted by everybody talking.
Fine, fine. You're the boss.
I'm not here to slay her, though. I do want to just talk
Thank
to her.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Oh, she's different.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
And if I have?
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Alright, well...
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Let's at least talk to her.
Is it all behind us?
I don't think it is.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Maybe?
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Yeah, sorry, the voices in my head were just talking a lot. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Yeah.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I didn't bring my blade down. Remember, how am I supposed to get you out of these chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Ah,
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
why don't you marry her?
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Why? I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out?
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
I wasn't the one in control.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time.
I don't even know if that wasn't our decision.
I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
I'm very much agreeing with the opportunist here. Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
The one it?
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
But she won't.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I don't think she can actually kill me, though, is the thing. I'm going to step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
Honestly, I don't blame her for being that close behind.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
That's a good point.
But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
So far.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Ah.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
Great.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Yeah, neither do I.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
I wanted to help you this time. We could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to
But
go
now she
first.
can't
I had
escape
this whole little
either.
scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have done that.
And then you would have done it, and
Nope.
we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
Yep, that's a good point.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Yeah, she's stuck down here too.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Yeah, no.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Apparently.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
Could it?
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
I don't think it is.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
It's just us and her?
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Finally! We're going places.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Ah. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Our relationship? How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Right. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
And I think
And in the basement
now
of
is a
that
good
cabin-
time for me to pause, actually, and take a little break. We have been through quite a bit this time. But dang! This has been quite a lot. This has been fun. But yeah. I think that now is a good time for me to wrap the stream up, but it has been fun so far. The narrator gets more rating than usual after I hear that enough. Yeah, at a certain point I just kind of like... I'm half tempted to just like kind of skip through. That's the thing I can do, isn't it? Like, skip... Skip unseen text? Or... I'm not sure. But for now, I'm gonna just save my game. I could actually overwrite my old save as well, just in case. But anyways, I'm gonna leave the stream here. It's been a couple hours, so guys, thank you so much for joining the stream this time. Hopefully next time we'll be able to see more of what the heck is going on. We'll be able to figure out what's going on with the princess ? But anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I will see you in the future. So stay safe out there, everybody. Bye.